I just feel very blessed right now. It's a beautiful morning. It's got a little bit of overcast, so it's taking some of the glare away. And I just want to give you a tour of the backyard so you can see how beautiful this paradise that God has created a long time ago when I was very sick. Back in 2008, really severe pancreatitis. I was like near death. Doctors didn't know what to do, but the Lord knew what to do. He healed me. So I have a lot of wonderful times back here in the backyard, building this backyard since, well, before that, but then really since 2008, because it was part of my healing process. So I'm going to switch over to a different view so you can see what I'm talking about here. So this is a big mesquite tree, very old mesquite tree, goes up and up and up and up and up. It's just a monster. And it covers up a lot of the backyard. And you can see I've lost some big branches, so you can see the big cut marks. In big storms we have here in Tucson, I've lost my roof twice from micro touchdowns. The touchdowns occur because of these giant trees, eucalyptus trees, in the neighbors, and it acts like a wall. And when the wind hits that wall, it goes straight down, and then once it gets past the tree, it goes back up. And my roof was very old, 10 years apart. And then when the wind comes back up, it just lifts up the house. So this happens in our neighborhood because of these big trees. So what we have here is a little patio area that I enjoy having breakfast on. And it's very tranquil. I have a neat little waterfall here on the patio. You can hear it. It's beautiful. I got it from Lowe's. And just got some plants trimmed back here because of the summer just did a real devastation. French fry. Yeah, beautiful wind chime. And I actually turn this, I'll turn this on. I'll turn this on here. I have a fan that blows through. It creates a little wind for the wind chime, so we have some sound. Isn't that beautiful? And then over here we have another water feature. It's kind of a little copper metal trickling fountain. And it sort of looks like the palm tree, so I kind of like that. Kind of gives you that effect. So I gotta get a stereophonic effect on the water. Pretty cool. And then I have, so I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I'll do that. You can kind of see the stereophonic effect. That's probably gonna mess the video up, but you get the idea. And then I have, various bird feeders there. This pond takes all the water from the roof, and it comes out of a pipe that drains all the water off the roof into this, and it waters the big tree. So there it is. So got a little garden pathway here, kind of cobblestone, and various plants. I'm really learned a lot about plants from my friend Tony Balda. He's passed away. He got ripped off in that whole COVID thing. So just beautiful vines on the wall. And should have probably gone the other direction on this video, but you can see that there's various beautiful gardens here, and another little patio just a different view of the yard, you know. This is kind of a French patio, I call it. We have various plants at different stages of development. Can't wait for them to mature. So this is a different view, isn't it? We got to get different perspectives. I think the Lord just is always talking about getting his perspective and being like a little child, because they see things innocently and simpler. So we can see there's another patio way over there. And then there's various hedges. And they all flower. Almost all this stuff flowers. So then got a wild, crazy pot here. And then we got various bushes and citrus trees, grapefruit, lemon, and orange. And then this monstrosity. This is just all fairly about 1 to 2 years old, so it's still growing up onto the wood pile here. I got a little screen there protecting this fairly new transplanted plant. It's a milkweed. And then that keeps the sun off of it. And then I got vines at different stages and bushes. Got some things flowering. Lantana, mounding lantana. Very interesting lantana. It's a pepper plant down there. A little contrasting plant. Some various vines. Let's get a bigger picture here. So this is really something, isn't it? And these are all going to flower, different kind of flowers. And then this is coming in the gate. These are at a fairly new level. Got a kitty cat coming in too. Come on in, kitty cat. Neighbor cat. These are just growing at different levels too. So I can't wait for next year. We got a new vine. It's going to take over that whole area. And this is all my potting stuff, all my yard stuff, right? It's all hidden behind this wall of wood. See this wall of wood? It's really cool, isn't it? This is all yard stuff, right? You got to put it somewhere. So this wall of wood is from the wood from the trees, right? The mesquite trees created a wall. I got the idea from Audrey Hepburn. I'm going to tell you more about that in a dream. But isn't this really cool? So different perspective. I call it the Lord's sanctuary. It's his garden. He showed me in a dream his many gardens. He said my garden was just one of the gardens on his path. So these are the desert streams that come down, kind of roll some water off, and a different perspective of the yard. So now we go back where we were on a different pathway. So we got different vines, trees blooming. They bloom pink. I don't know if you can see the pink, barely. That just goes totally pink, and this goes totally purple. This thing has got these gorgeous, right? Just gorgeous flowers. Pearls of sapphire, I think they call it. Desert primrose. Now this is where the water goes off into this barrel. It fills up the barrel. It's empty now. But it also goes in a pipe down there underground. It also goes in a pipe here underground. Takes all the water that drips off the house and goes down this channel. It waters things like that tree. And then it goes through this channel, and then it goes right through that hole. Underground, all the way across, underneath the tree in that big pond. So I was a watershed management hydrologist, so I like fluid flow, I like water. So you can see that I tried to do some water harvesting here in Tucson, Arizona. Everything's on drip system right now. It's going. Here's what I call the angel garden. And so over here we got oleanders, white oleander and a red oleander. It may be gonna bloom, I don't know. And then a yellow bells. It's got a nice little yellow flower. And then this big purple thing that's going to get huge. It's just about 1 year old. So I'm looking forward to that growing, getting really tall. And just bless this plant in the name of Jesus. Here we go. And we got an old plant here that's been around for a long time. Don't know if I want to replace it or take it out. It kind of created a hole in this gigantic wall of, and they got various plants here. This is what I call the bunny garden. It's got various bunnies. Do you see that little bunny right there? And then there's a bunny here underneath this big emu. And the big emu is by this patio. See? Got another patio. And here comes the kitty cat. This is a neighbor cat that comes by all the time. He's cool. Back to that patio. So this tree is going to get really tall. It's a desert willow. We're praying for it every day. It gets really tall. And we got a lounge chair here the cat likes to sit in. And this purple potato plant, you can see the big purple flowers. Just beautiful. It just loves to grow right there. And we're getting some new vines up on this wall. Kind of a bare wall, so I'm hoping the vines will take over. And this is the hot garden. This is bunny garden. You can see there's another bunny. So we got plants that can handle the real heat. So I'm hoping these will really take off. Some are. You can see this one's really growing. And we can see big, look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. These emus will get really tall in different colors. And this elephant plant. And there's another bunny. Yep. This is not taking the heat so well. So I'm looking forward to cooler weather. And this thing will start getting full again. It's another emu. There's another bunny. And then we got that plant. It's another emu. Emus do well. There's many different kinds of emus. So to give you a look on the bunny garden, it sort of looks like that. So there's a lot of variety in this backyard. Pathways everywhere. Kind of created this patio myself. Got a nice little place to burn stuff. Kind of created my own speckled rock here, so it kind of ties in with the old Mexican stones, the sombrero stones, remember? I don't know if you can see that. This is sombrero, Mexican sombrero, doing siesta. Can't hardly find those anymore. They call them racist. Unbelievable. So, big beautiful. Got another grapefruit tree there. This is kind of a dwarf, but it's got a lot of fruit on it. You can see. I can't wait for that fruit to get big. Trying to keep it. The yellowing leaves from the sun is just really brutal. So we got a lot of things. Old scratchy cat. And got my little table here. And we're back to where we started. We've got a nice little island here, which is kind of nice. Just a big rock that we got in Jerome. Real beautiful rock we got in Jerome. Very, very colorful. It has that look of Jerome. We like to find cool rocks wherever we go. I think these rocks are from Bisbee, possibly. So really like cool rocks. This is probably from the Bisbee mine. Yeah, probably. So really, really neat what's going on here. Stand of Mexican petunias. Real pretty. It's amazing any of this stuff blooms, right? It's amazing any of it blooms in the summer, right? In Tucson, Arizona. Trying to get these vines to grow down into the hole here. And that blue plumbago, man, that thing will go everywhere, right? it will go everywhere. Oh, I didn't show you this one really cool thing. As you go underneath, there's the lantana's grown up over the top of this sage, heavenly clouds sage bush, and it grows up over the top, so it blooms up there. Right, merges right with the lemon tree. So it just goes up, and there's a nice arch here. Isn't that cool? So a nice shady arch, and the birds just love. And so you come through here, and there's that wooden thing again, the fence. So, hey, I just gave you the grand tour. I don't think I ever did this before. So I just love this backyard. It's so peaceful and just glorious. You can hear a lot from the Lord when you're in a peaceful place. These are really. I have another. I have a jalapeno pepper down here, so you can see that. And bushes in various stages. You know, some things just don't survive, no matter what you do. So, hey, thanks for spending some time just enjoying this. And I will do this dream as part 2, so you can just skip past the tour of my backyard, I guess, if you don't want to see the backyard. So I just love the peace. Say, what's back there? Oh, that's more tools and supplies. So I kind of hide that. It's all the tools and supplies I use. Got all my wind chimes. And this is for more stuff in the garden. So you got to have a place for all your stuff.